Hey Booklanders, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I will be doing a fantasy / mystery, horror book recommendation. And in this video, I will be collabing with Alex from Alex's library. And in this video, I'll be talking about the fantasy, and then I'll be leaving her video in the description, so please go check her out, show her some love. She's a really amazing person, and I'm glad that she's the first person I'm doing my collab with. Let's get straight into the video. The first of 5 books that I'm going to be recommending is A Curse So Dark and Lonely. This book, honestly, if you love like classics like Beauty and the Beast type of thing, read this book. This book is the most amazing book I've ever landed on. I finished this book basically in 2 days. So I've read more than 400 pages for this book. And basically it's a retelling. So there is a prince named Ren, and he has a curse. Basically, if he doesn't find true love, then he'll turn into a beast, and it'll keep happening on repeat. And then there's a girl named Harper who lives in Washington, D.C., and she ends up at Ember Fall. And she's wondering, how did this happen? And then slowly but surely there's a lot of mystery and love and romance and love triangles. And it's just the most amazing book I've ever read. It's definitely in my top 5 books for this year. The second book is another one that's in my top 5 books for this year, and it is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Whoa. First, let me just start off. If you don't like long series, then you don't have to read it, but I truly recommend that you read Throne of Glass. It is basically about an assassin named Selena, and she is trying to fight for her freedom. So the king gets her, and the king is like, okay, you want your freedom? In order for you to do that, you have to be my champion, which means like you fight for me. If I go tell you to go kill this person, you have to go kill him. And before this starts, she has to do a competition. So she has to beat 40 like assassins, witches, that type of thing. But then something starts happening, and you guys have to read it in order to know what is happening, because I don't want to spoil so much. But definitely go and read this book. Please, please, please do. My third book is Twilight. Wow. At the beginning, I didn't want to get into the Twilight community. I liked the movies, but I didn't see myself reading all the Twilight books until I met someone on Bookstagram. By the way, if you guys are not following my Bookstagram, please go follow it. It's in the description. And basically she told me, she's like, oh no, you should definitely read it. Go read it. So what did I do? I went and I bought it. And it's the most amazing decision I've ever made. Basically, it's about a girl who moves back in with her father in Forks, and her father is the sheriff of the town, I guess you can call it. And then she ends up meeting a boy named Edward. Now Edward has a secret, and basically he's a vampire. Now, does she want to stay with Edward? Does she not want to stay with Edward? Basically, you see how she ends up deciding that she wants to be with him, and you see their love grow for each other. It's just the most amazing thing ever. And so this one is Bella's perspective on everything, and then this one is Edward's perspective on everything. So look at the difference on that. I highly recommend you get into reading this It's a series. I haven't read Eclipse and Breaking Dawn yet, but I will be getting to that hopefully by the end of this year. The next book, and again, I probably said this for all the books on here, but this series has changed my life. Changed my life. Let me just start off. I wasn't a Draco fan, but now I am. Draco, Malfoy, whatever. We'll just say Malfoy. And the next series is Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling. And whoa, like, talk about suspense and fantasy. And let me just say my favorite character on here, Draco Malfoy. Draco Malfoy. He is one of the most amazing characters on here. Yes, he's mean and everything like that, but once you get to know him and you can sense his like softness, and you can sense that he is in pain and all that stuff. So I recommend you read this. Basically, it's about a kid named Harry, and he ends up going to Hogwarts. But the thing is, he didn't realize that his parents, who passed away, you know, lived to be wizards. So they were wizards. They were one of the most famous wizards of all times. But then he ended up going, and basically his aunt and uncle doesn't really want him to, because they don't want him in that type of life. But you know, Harry just doesn't care. He'll just do it anyways. So Harry went. Thankfully he went, because then he met Ron and Hermione, which is, I understand why people will find her annoying in this book, but one of the best decisions. I really recommend that you go and read this book. My last book for this video is, first let me give you a little information about the book. The book is, people underestimate this book. A lot of people don't think it has all the hype that it needs, but it does. Oh my gosh, this is like the first series I've ever read while I started to get into reading. This book is the one, the only, Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard.
I say whoa a lot.
Whoa. Talk about a love triangle. This shows love triangle, baby. This does. Basically, it's this girl named Mare, and her world is divided by blood. So I believe there is red bloods and silver bloods. Yes, red bloods. Sorry, I'm looking at the back. So there is red blood and silver blood. And, you know, red blood is basically, I think the poor. And then the silver blood is, you know, where they have, yes, so basically there's two worlds divided by, so it's silver, who is a top-notch royalty, prince, princess, king, queen, you know, knights, armors, whatever. And then there's reds. With reds, they're poor, broke, they own like the stores and the bakeries and all that type of stuff. They don't really do anything fun. But then, you know, Mare went and she worked for one of the most competitions, you know, giving the drinks, the food, whatnot. And so she gives up the food, the beverages, and then she sees the competition happening. With this competition, basically the queen is trying to look for a princess for her son. And her son is, I believe, Marvin. And what happens is she ends up finding out that she is part silver blood. So what that means is she ends up having lightning powers. And people are shocked and everything like that, but then she didn't know she had it until that moment where everyone else in the whole world basically found out. Wow. It is, like, at the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, it takes a while for you to get into it, and the font is pretty small, but please go read it. It was an amazing book I've ever read. And yeah. Okay guys, so that's the end of this video. Please go and check out the 5 mystery books at Alex's channel. Again, her channel will be in the description down below, and so will her video. Before I end this video, I just want to say, guys, thank you guys so much for 92 subscribers. Yeah. I love you guys so much, and my next goal is obviously to get to 100. Hopefully with this collab, it'll get me to 100. Alright, straight into the video. Bye guys, have a good weekend. Bye guys, have a good week.